John Newton Panel and Paint. So appreciative of their long-standing support. They've been a sponsor here for as long as I've been coming to this venue. Thank you, John Newton Panel and Paint. Local business, we know what panel and paint means. It means that some of us aren't quite as controlled on the road as others. But it doesn't matter who's to blame, it's more the fact that we've got a place to go and fix it afterwards. So thank you, John Newton Panel and Paint. Proud to be behind our racing here today with our MX2 coming up. Look at this lineup, look how good this is, folks. A 40 gate, that's what the sport's all about. How good for motocross in New Zealand. And I'll tell you what, 40th is still a very, very fast rider at that. The cream de la creme of our sport lineup here for what we call the whole shot. Who's going to do it as we get the start and look out for the update and a clean drop of the gate. We're going to go for it. The board can count them down and we're going to see who's got out through the middle. Ollie, yeah, what a start. 5-4-4, yeah,
unbelievable start. Medication, James Scott's on the side. They come out of the Talladega Speedway section and this is going to be all about a good start. Hayden Smith on the Samuel Gas as well. So some major championship competitors all getting good starts in the 108, the fastest qualifier. He has come out firing here this weekend. Not the greatest starts to his championship. We had a couple of fours in the second, so by his high standards, not the weekend he wanted, but this is going to be better. Matic Nixon, James Scott, Hayden Smith, one classy top three. We're trying to find out where that Team Green Bridgestone, L1 Stars, Kawasaki, up to the Cody Cooper, buried in about 8th or 9th place. So work to do, 4 crews, and if anyone can do it, it'll be that hard charging man there. So not massive 75 points out of round number 1. He's going to have to work for it here today because Matic and James have taken off into the distance. Chase hard by Hayden Smith. 3 NZ in this class. Last time we had the MX2 Championship, so we've got some major competitors right up the front. We're going to try and keep an update of it all unfolding nicely here. This is brilliant stuff from Matic Dixon. Had a bad luck year last year with surgeries and injuries, but now he finds himself on that CMLK team race team and just absolutely loving it. The big smile back on his face when we saw him at Balclutha. A few trips to the podium and some good championship points out of round number 1. A good base for his championship, and now with the good start, can he take off and run away with this one here? James Scott right there keeping him honest, and Hayden Smith, what a classy top 3. And still looking out, Cody Cooper has not been able to charge through the pack, so still buried in about 7th or 8th place. So our man with the massive points lead, you'll see the red plate on board at a tender age of about 39 years old. MX2 red plate series leader has got work to do in race number 1 here at round 2. It's going to be exciting, and brought to us by John Newton Panel and Paint. Exciting stuff.
Oh, the Ollie air start was incredible. Well done, Ollie. Doing it for Hawke's Bay, mate. Good on you, boy. That was awesome. One of the underdogs, of course, a man who's been a pro rider, of course, raced in the US of A, and bringing back that excellence to New Zealand track. So good on you, Ollie. What a start. Awesome to see from him. So Ollie here going hard and going all the way. He was out there and amongst the creme de la creme of our sport when we lined him up in that early stages. So loving seeing that as he's right up there with him. Still no worse than 4th place. So Matic Dixon, James Scott, Hayden Smith, Ollie here, Jack Trelaw, Cody Cooper, the red plate holder. Back to Josh Jack in there with Sam Blundell. Kobe Burke, now you're top 8 at the moment and going for the glory. And as we said with this class, and Long said it, you can just get this into a bit of a cup and jostle around. Any of those 10 riders could be the other way around. This is magic, this is motocross, this is what you come to do. This is where you've got to take it on, take those moments. Ollie here with that whole shot, that was just incredible. And I don't mean just a nose in front, folks. He had over half a bike length in front. That was an exceptional start. Matic was the other one right there with him, of course, to go in that early place, and he's proved that to go on to be a better race result. But I love seeing that 5.54 under the radar, coming out and smoking them up on the CNC profile cutting supported Yamaha. It was Ollie Air to get that whole shot, and a pretty magical moment. Here, unfortunately, is their rider that went down from the whole shot, so he's back paying last all on his own. That's got to be the hardest thing. It's not so much that they're last, but they're on their own. So where's the encouragement of the other riders around them that many of those others have got on the racetrack? It's hard to do. But here we are, ready to take it on again. Maddox, James, Hayden, along with Ollie. They'll be the ones to watch. Jack Trelaw, the man all the way from Taudau. 3 attempted ferry crossings, folks. Had to drive through the middle of the night. A 24-hour stint, no sleep, to try and get to the North Island. We know that 2 good riders, Brad Thomas and Aaron Fitzgerald, have not made it to the North Island with the atrocious service offered on the Cook Strait. That is not acceptable in New Zealand, but we won't go into the politics of it at the moment, as we look out for these high-flying riders and say, well, thank you for those from the south that did make it here to the north and have got to join us. Brad looking out for it, the finish line jump, NXT, let's see the update.
Oh, what an unreal lineup we've got here. Matic Dixon, James Scott, they're still 1-2. We've still got Hayden Smith in 3rd place. Ollie is still hanging on to 4th narrowly, but he's under pressure from an 9-time MX1 champion, Cody championship. You've got the leader in 6th place, and you've got the man in 2nd in the championship buried in 8th. So we are on here, and what a championship zone 1 fold already. The man in charge of this one here, Matic Dixon, is also done the fastest lap. A 1:56.3 in the first motocross bike to get under 2 minutes around Rotorua Motocross Park, and it's all on for Mando.
Hey, we've got riders like Flynn Watson, Tyler Brown. On any event, they could be in your top 5. They're 20th and 21st, Brad. 20th and 21st place. That's how tough the competition is at the moment. If you don't get that good start, if you're not the Ollie here, you're in trouble out there and you're struggling, because this is thicker than traffic on Queen Street on Friday night as we get rocking here with an awesome start. And they are some quality riders suffering there. Remember, of course, 2021 national champion in Tyler Brown out of juniors 15 to 16 250 racing. So now it's all on as these guys really find this is the real hard grind to get there, and you've got to be so important and so immaculate. But an exceptional start as we watch them in the early stages. Looking at Joshua Burke-Parr, Jordan Newell and others further back in the field. The Newell family all the way from Southland, they struggle to get to Ferry as well. It's Matic, James, it's Hayden, it's Ollie, it's Cody, it's Jack, it's Kobe, it's Josh Jack, Sam Blundell and Luca Fremantle here, top turn. Sam Blundell turning heads at the moment. This hotshot team Bissett Honda rider out of the beautiful Wairarapa joining us here now with a great run. And Luca Fremantle, we've known Luca's potential from being a former New Zealand mini motocross champion, hotshot junior and now senior racer. But here's the man on the Kawasaki in flying good form. Here is your top 10 in liquid lightning form at the moment for our John Newton panel and plate MX2 class. And we're about to catch another lap update, Brad, for the number 9 jump. All eyes there.
Absolutely nothing in it at the front. Matic Dixon and James Scott, 0.8 of a second, separate 1 and 2, and they are flying. Another 1:56. There's Coops for the fastest lap of the race, so a purple lap time for Cody Cooper, who's got himself up into 4th place, and he's put on a bit of pressure. We've got 3NZ Hayden Smith on the CML gas. He's in 3rd in this race, but he's under immense pressure from the points leader. Can Coops get that job done? There's still a massive 13.5 minutes left in this one. And that's your top 4. We've got Ollie still there in the top 5. Jack Trelaw, he's only 1.2 seconds back. In 6th place, we've got Kobe Burke, 7th place. Josh Jacko, Josh on the LFC Husqvarna. That is a quality 8th place. We get up to Sammy Blundell, 9th with the Fremantle, 10th. We've got the King boys out there. It's a different set of King brothers. We've got Curtis King, Ryan King, 11th and 12th place. And it is on here, MX2, such a stacked field. And like I said, 30 minutes to go, an exciting time ahead. We've got Matic and James, 2 of the young men out there doing that. Then we go back to the 3NZ and Hayden Smith, who was doing a wonderful defensive job. Managing to keep the charge and Cody Cooper back in 4th place. And meanwhile, the battle for 3rd and 4th race is on. It's playing into the hands of the 2 young men out in front as they are running away. As we see Coops try and dive around the outside, squares up the corner. That's a wonderful move from an experienced man. And now Cody Cooper is in 3rd place. So can we see the split time start shrinking down? A clean track ahead of the man on the 121, the red plate. He's 4.8 seconds back from those front 2. What have we got in store from Cody Cooper now that he's in 3rd place with a clean track? This is something special. If you paid to get it today, this is worth the price of admission alone. Race 1 of MX2.
Oh wow, here it is, the grandstand view from the top of the hill in our John Newton pedal and paid MX2 lineup, and great to see Carlin Headley back there, 16th place. And as we talked about some of those other riders and taking nothing away from the likes of Matthew Stokes and Matthew Kiernan and Kurt Payton, and unfortunately Yanni Emerson Ray, our unlucky rider, right back there at last at the moment. But it is Matic, James and Hayden, now your hotshots. Cody's moved up to get to 4th place. Ollie's gone back to the 5th. Nothing wrong with that with Jack and Kobe, and Josh Jack has made his move. Josh Jack's made a move. He's cracked it into that top 10 as well, so looking out for Josh Jack. He decided to make a comeback in motocross last year and decided to give enduros a go because he wanted to go to the ISD. He always wanted to represent his country, always wanted to do some international. He'd had a bit of a taste of enduro, said, hey, I like this. And there he was, top. In fact, he was outside of James Scott. I think he was our next best performed rider at that event. So awesome to see Josh coming back. And I'll tell you what, a star-studded man, and his highlight of MX1 racing was in the top 5 of New Zealand. So great to see how well he's performed. So he's opted now for the MX2 bike. This is the 250. And the only other bike eligible for this are effectively your 150, 140 two-strokes, and I don't think there's been many that have chosen those. 99 out of 100 riders proving to be on the 250 four-stroke as the eligibility bike for our MX2 class in the John Newton panel and paint sponsored lineup. But it's all on there at the moment. Matic, James and Cody. And it's Cody with the work to do here at the moment, Brad.
Oh, this is an unreal battle for the lead. James Scott is hammering Matic Dixon at the moment, so can he withstand the pressure? It's the 318, the 108, 2 young men, massive talented riders here, and it is on at the front. So Matic Dixon just hanging on to the lead. James Scott is piling on the pressure. And in behind them, Cody Cooper is coming. He's certainly reeling them in. And looking out for it, also Cody Cooper. While these guys jostle in front of him, he's going to love it. He's going to reel them in. We're going to have a full-on three-way fight. We're not even halfway through race one here, and it's starting to unfold beautifully for race fans here. We've got Maddox Dixon, James Scott, Cody Cooper still there. We've got Hayden Smith in fourth place. Ollie Ian is there in fifth. Jack Trelaw on the Jeff Scott Electrical Trelaw farming machine. That's sixth place. There is Kobe Burke, so seventh place. This will be drama for him. He's going to need to get as many championship points as he can out of this one here. So we're not done for yet. Still half this race to go. And an unchanged top three, but yet another purple lap time for Cody Cooper. And he's down to 1.2 seconds, so he has reeled in those boys. And now we've got a full-on three-way fight for the lead, and it's going to be unfolding absolutely brilliantly here. Maddox Dixon, James Scott, Cody Cooper, you can see, you can now throw a blanket over them, and we've got a massive 9.5 minutes to go. This is anyone's.
Well, Roman made the comment before at the podium, Brandon, about how rough the track's got, and you want to see the Ctas footage of going up that hill at the moment. The bike is just absolutely being smashed to bits out there as it punishes it right there. So these riders have really got to put their body on the line as well as they go for the top form here at the moment. So keep looking out for it. 318 with Maddox Dixon. Look at the crowd in here for beautiful Rotorua today. What a summer's day. After all the weather, of all the storms, of all the rain, you'll see the lush green grass in this area that should be brown and dry in a normal summer, but we only had anything normal for a little while as we watch out for the hard-charging top riders in our lineup. So it's Maddox Dixon to go along with James Scott. Cody Cooper with the red plate in there as well at the moment. Go to Hayden Smith with Ollie here, the man who got that awesome hole shot, along with the supercharging number 93 in our field as well to go with Jack Trelaw from Otautau on the Jeff Scott Electrical supported Trelaw Farms level up suspension. MacGyver Beach supported Course Graphics True Grip CFX seat sponsored bike. He's in good form for the man having the mega trip just to get here, let alone go racing. Along with the 14 of Kobe Burke and the 18 snuck in there as well for the rest of the pack with Josh Jack, the man out of Auckland, on the LMC Husqvarna unforeseen decal CFX Pirelli Motorex bike. So looking pretty special on a beautiful day here in Rotorua. Brand, the weather's on our side, the track on our side. Rotorua's risen to the occasion, put on this awesome track, and what a crowd on the hill. And for all of you joining us today, look at this car park area. This has exploded. We're at motocross. We're on fire.
Oh, this is on here. Maddox Dixon takes off another lap. There's still 8 minutes to go. James Scott and Cody Cooper still unchanged split times. There's less than a second separating our top three, and it's any one of these guys who can win this race from here. Don't rule out Hayden Smith either. In fourth place, he's only 7.5 seconds down the road from those boys ahead of him, and he is the current 3NZ. He's double classing as well this weekend, so look out for him in MX1 on the awesome CML gas two-stroke. So look out for him turning heads in MX1 with a couple of top 6 results at round number 1 on a 300cc two-stroke in MX1. The local young man from Taihape and Hayden Smith, our current New Zealand MX125 champion. He's given the 125 away, and he is worried about MX2 and MX1 this year, so look out for him. He's turning heads. He's super fit, super fast, super talented, and it's all coming together nicely with a good top 4 on the cards here for him. Still got Jack Trelaw there. He's got a head of Ollie here, so that's a change. Gone up into 5th place, and Ollie now down on the 6th, and it unfolds nicely.
I think you've hit on a very good point, Brad. It is important to remember who are our reigning champions because COVID killed us last year. So actually it's been 2 years since we've had national motocross. So Hayden Smith, 125 champion, along of course with Maximus Purvis, MX2 champion. So Hayden's moved up, but he's also moved back down again to go into the class. So this is where he started. You got James, who was finishing in 2nd behind him, so he's back up there as well. And then of course Hamish Harwood, who's out to retain his title. So he's the only one in a class that's got a chance to win his title again because the other riders have both moved on. So here we are with an update with our John Newton Panel and Paint MX2 lineup. So those former title holders, something to behold when you've been able to have the title for 2 years as there was in a championship last year. Maddox Dixon, as you've well explained, Brad, what a year he's had. Well, it's been actually more than a year now because he's had some highs and lows in his career, A, with injuries and B, out. But I'll tell you what, there's a guy that was he dropped away a little bit and wasn't focused on his racing as much, and for the right reason, he'd let the body heal. But man, he was given a new opportunity with the CML KTM. He has just absolutely grabbed that by the scruff of the neck, and I've not seen him ever ride as well as he's doing at the moment.
Oh, absolutely. Caught up with the Bell Truther and just see the smile back on the Mad Dog's face. He's absolutely loving his moto. He fits into that KTM team beautifully. And right now he's repaying them big time because he's got 5.5 minutes to hang on for MX2 Race1 glory. Can he do it? Or is it going to be James Scott and Cody Cooper, who are just at 1.2 seconds down the road from him? So anyone's at the front as there's lap traffic. It's all getting quite hectic up the front. As Bannock has a big moment up the Pirelli step up, lucky to hang on to it. And my word, this is going to be on. These guys are absolutely going for it. The fastest you can ride an MX2 bike is what the top three are doing at the moment. Hayden Smith still there in fourth, Jack Trelaw in fifth, Oliver here. Go Ollie there, that's a great top six on the card for him. Ahead of Kobe Burke, 7th place, Sam Blundell there in 8th. We've got Joshua Jack, that'll be the one in 9th place. Ryan King is up into 10th, with Luke Freeman in 11th, and Curtis King rounding out our top 12. MX2, what a superstar lineup. And it's coming live here, so just under 5 minutes to go. And no change to our top. There's plenty of action on this racetrack. Maddock, James and Cody, you can see them, they're in through the S's at the moment. And heaps of lap riders, heaps of big gnarly bumps and ruts. This is going to be all on for the next 4.5 minutes. MX2 organised by John Newton, Powell and Payne. We've also got to touch on our under-19 class as well. We've got our under-19s, they are a separate championship inside MX2 racing. And right now, leading both will be Maddock Dixon. So exciting stuff. MX2 and under-19s with Maddock Dixon just happen to be ahead in both classes at the moment. So spectacular stuff. MX2, 38 strong rider field, and they're spread out far and wide. And it's going to be a challenging trip, to say the least, for our top three to negotiate the next 4 minutes plus a lap.
Loving it all here at the moment on Ctas coming to you along. Oh, look at that, look at that. Oh, it had to come off there. How rough was that? There he is, the big 318. It's been his long-time favourite number for Maddock Dixon, and he's powering his way through there at the moment. Keep his head on his shoulders on that impressive CML KTM. So great to watch somebody of his calibre coming back in our sport, which is what it's all about. So check him out for the 318 at the moment as he's powering his way through the excellence of our sport. So keeping it going with our MX2 lineup today. So keen to watch as we keep an eye on our front runners. So it is, as we can spot, the 108 of James Scott looking in there.
It's all swapped around, Maddock.
Oh, no, sorry.
And now dropping the field. So big drama. James Scott inherits the lead, then Cody Cooper, now Maddock Dixon. So it's had a bit of a shake-up, and unfortunate stuff for Maddock Dixon. Come around the inside rut, and there was a fallen rider ahead of him. Had to pull up and take evasive action, and that's cost him now big time. And we've got only 3 minutes plus a lap, so Maddock Dixon, who's carried this workload throughout the race, has now got the work to do. He's got bit between his teeth. He's certainly quick out there, but have a look at this front three bunched up down the minor 10 trade, back straight. James Scott comes into that inside rut. He's absolutely on edge. They're swapping side to side. Hoops goes around the outside. Can he pull it on the side? There's not much in it. There's more to come here, you'd have to think. But this front three in MX2, this is all on as Cody Cooper tries around the outside. If anyone's got the experience and the fitness, it'll be that man there on the 121. The red plate is Cody Cooper's, and he wants to try and maximise every trip out on this racetrack. And what he's got to contend with right now are two of the young, talented men in MX2 racing. James Scott in first, Maddock Dixon now back into third, so heartbreak for Mad Dog, but not over yet. We'll see how this unfolds as Coops is side by side, gets a little bit low, gets the power down. Can he roll into that beautiful right-hander? James takes the outside line. Coops gets caught up by a little bit like Lambert. Through the rollers side by side. One goes inside, one goes outside. We're going to go over the Fox finish line. It's going to be Coops is going to take the lead. So we've got a minute 58 left on the clock. We're going to have a touch and go whether we get one more lap in before the white or we get this one to go. So absolutely on, and Coops now takes the lead after being buried in the top 7th or 8th after lap number 1 to come out here now. And with only a couple of laps to go, he is the one they've got to catch. They're going to have to try something special to beat a 9-time open motocross champion. Can they do it? They're in behind him and up the Pirelli step up for one of about the last 2 or 3 times here. This is going to be exciting, and with that clock, that's what's going to be working against them. It's going to be touch and go whether it's at 0 when they pass it next time, or this is something special. John Newton, Powell and Payne, what a beautiful thing. And Rotorua Motocross Park, the work that Rotorua Motorcycle Club's done to this track has meant for this racing. They've widened the track in places, they've got some beautiful preparation done to it, and it's just played into the hands of the race fans. And we're seeing it right now as 3 of the best going at it.
we're in for here at the moment as we're keen to look out for it. And we're counting them down. It's 1:10 to go. That's 1 minute and 10 to go on the clock. And then, of course, it depends on where that lead rider is when the clock comes out, because if he's just gone past, it really means we've added another entire lap to our race. But the faster they go, the more laps they'll get in naturally. Cody Cooper ahead of James Scott. They're your hot shots at the moment. They're going for it. Remember, we did have Maddock Dixon. Maddock, unfortunately, got the hiccup with the rider down on the line that he'd chosen through there. That's the luck of racing. You've got to control your luck a lot of times, and he was unable to do so on that occasion. So he's got some work to do to fire his way from back there in that group at the moment. But I'm sure he can. It's never say never. As we look out to Hayden Smith and Jack Trelaw up there, along with Kobe Burke and our whole shot of Ollie Air in exceptional form. But Brad, this is where Cody Cooper comes on and comes on strong.
Oh, absolutely. He's put a statement down now. He's just cleared out a little bit from that front two. Will we see the white flag? It's going to be touch and go. There's 5 seconds left on the clock. We are going to see it, so it is. White flag, 1 lap to go. Cody Cooper on the Alpine Bridgestone Kawasaki. He is going to be the one they're going to have to try something special and beat here. He's got a massive little advantage now. It's the biggest the lead has ever been in this race, and it's 3 seconds. 3 seconds back to James Scott, then go to Maddock Dixon, who will be trying to come to grips with having it in the palm of his hand. The rider fell in front of him, had to take evasive action. Now he's back in 3rd place, so it's all about a championship points, but it's the men in front that he didn't want to be leading him, and that's Cody Cooper and James Scott. So this championship now is starting to become clear what the landscape looks like for our youngsters at the top. As we're on the final lap here, let's give you an update of the all-important top 10. Cody Cooper, James Scott, Maddock Dixon, still your top 3, Hayden Smith. And now Kobe Burke up into 5th place, so this is better stuff, Kobe Burke. Second in the points going into this one here now. In 5th place, Jack Trelaw down into 6th with Ollie Air. There in 7th place, Sam Blundell in 8th. We've got Joshua Jack still there in 9th place. Ryan King on that best build Crown Kiwi KTM. That's 10th place. Luke Fremantle on the Bridgestone Kawasaki 11th, and then go back to Curtis King rounding out our top 12. So 1 more lap to go. Cody Cooper, he has made a bit of a statement here. Buried in the back up in the first couple of laps, and now he's got half a lap to go before he extends that championship lead even further.
Well, certainly in the early part of the race, it didn't quite look like he was going to come back as strong as he had done. He had a bit of a setback by time, but he had some work to do on the moto track, and he's been able to execute it and do it well, so it's good enough at the moment. As we're keen to look out for them as we are on the final lap now. This is the most important lap of our race when we consider it for the point of view of Cody, because he's had to do the hard yards to get here, and now that he is there, all he's got to do is hold on to it, and it's easier said than done, I can tell you. But hey, the buffer that he has got is reasonable at that, as we keep an eye on him down there on the Alpine Star Bridgestone Kawasaki. There's the red plate on the front, 1-2-1 for Cody Cooper, and he's coming back at you, and he's ready to go as he is cruising, he lines it up, he looks over his shoulder, he's got it won, he's got it done, he's there, and a great result from Coopstar. Mr. Cody Cooper taking it out and takes it out in style as we look out for the 108 to go with James Scott, the 318 for Maddock Dixon. As the rest jostling behind him, we've got Hayden Smith up there along with the number 14 of Kobe Burke, go to the might there at the moment of young Jack Trelaw, along with Ollie Air from his whole shot, the 29 in there of Sam Blundell, as we take on the 18 as well, included in our limelight for this MX2 class of Josh Jack, the Aucklander, who we need to get used to. And let's add in there the 101 in there of Ryan King, along with Luca Fremantle and Curtis King, making an awesome top 10.
Oh yeah, that's something special. What a motor that was, and he took 75 championship points out of round number 1. He's got another 25 here, and further extending that points lead. The red plate's well and truly on the front of that 121 machine, and it's going to be cool to catch up with the legend, very experienced campaigner, and now double classing this weekend. These are MX1 and MX2 duties, so look out for that. And we're going to catch up with Neil and find out just how tough this Rotorua Motocross Park is. It's going to be cool to catch up with Maddock Dixon. Had it in the palm of his hand, a bit of drama late in the race, and has to settle for 3rd place. James Scott will be much happier with his pace and performance here than he was at round number 1. So it's going to be a cool podium. Let's cross to Neil, who has our John Newton Palin Paint MX2 podium.
Well, these guys are finding themselves already in the limelight here at the moment. They've gone and packed it up. There's already been a bit of chat, been a bit of banter. There's a few smiles, there's been a few high fives and out there. So keen to get them at the moment as we do our podium. First of all, let's have him up here. 3rd place for Maddox as he tries to take on his drink at the moment. But a little bit of an opportunity here. And hey, Maddox, first of all, congratulations. What a fight back, but you couldn't quite hang on.
I was leading the race most of the race, and then a lapper was down on the right, and I just got stuck behind him. So I let James and Cody pass, which sucks. But I tried to make it back, but it didn't really work.
All right, indeed. Hey, but how's your comeback feeling in motocross? Enjoying being on the 250?
Yeah, I love it. It's so good to be back at the races. I can't thank the team enough. Like, I appreciate everything that Carl does for me, and everything that the team does for me. It's massive help.
All right, hey, can you make amends for that? Can you win the next one?
Of course.
Of course. Excellent answer, mate. Right on cue. Well done. Thank you indeed. All right, to our runner-up, let's hear it, James Scott. So well done to James as we take an opportunity to catch up here. One of those things, a bit of a formal dance around here. First of all, James, didn't quite go your way right from the early stages. You had to work for that.
Yeah, it was definitely hard work out there. Maddock was riding super well then. It was hard just to keep up with him, let alone try and pass him. But managed to get past with a few lappers, and when he made a few little mistakes. So.
Hey, we could see out there that track's getting a bit rough.
Yeah, it's definitely a proper racetrack. It's still hard to pass, still like Alpusa, but it's definitely a lot easier to race.
Right, Alpine JCAM, you made a massive change by joining this team. Is it paying dividends?
Yeah, it's definitely been one of the most positive changes I think I've done in my riding career. Josh, Narve, Joe, everyone, the whole crew, they make everything so easy for me, and just need to get the results now.
Get results. Well done, James Scott, to join us. And looking out for Cody's probably straight on to the next race, so we'll won't get him. So here we are, folks. More good to come for these guys from Maddox and James, I'm sure. Bring it on. Well done. Look at the handshaking. How cool. Well done, guys. Well done. Loving that. Loving that. So nice to see. Well done today.
All right, straight into this one here. MX3 Race 1 for them. They get 3 on the program today, and man, we had some great racing at round of 1 of Balclutha. This is going to be no different here. We've got a couple going out at the front. Darren Cable, DC, a legend of New Zealand motocross. He's putting on a bit of a show here. We've got the fastest qualifier, Danny Merriman. Won this class off somewhere here in MX3. He's on the 2-stroke and going for it at the moment. So he's past DC. He'll be down the back straight, 9 to 10 trade uphill section. And now Danny, he'll find